This is episode 161 of the Rise Up Podcast. We're a morning radio show hosted by Steve and Tim on Family Life, a network of stations across New York and Pennsylvania. This podcast is a weekly conversation designed to help you think and laugh and keep your eyes on Jesus. If you haven't already, subscribe today so you don't miss a single episode. And find out more about our show at familylife.org.
Thanks for making us part of your morning routine. It's Rise Up with Steve and Tim on Family Life.
Got to tell you about a feeling I love. I experienced this again just the other day. Catching up with an old friend.
Oh, I love that.
And it feels like no time has passed.
Sure.
Saying to my buddy Andrew on the phone, it's been 6 months or more since we've talked, but it feels like it was yesterday. I love that. This one is a feeling I think fewer people can relate to this. It's really rare, really special. But Andrew's somebody where I told him, you know what though, buddy, the first time we met, it felt like we had already known each other.
That's right. You're
ever
right.
had that?
It is rare. Yeah.
Just are we long lost cousins? Mm-hmm. Why do we feel like we just click? Why do we just feel like we've always been friends? Here's what I really can't believe for you who trust in Jesus, that he calls us friend. He doesn't call us lowly peasant, not my subject, servant, or something like that. No, he calls us his friends. Jesus Christ. When we meet him face to face, we'll feel like, and we'll know, he has known us our entire lives.
Here we go. It's another new day. You're listening to Rise Up with Steve and Tim on Family Life.
I'm worried, Tim. I have a problem, Tim. Maybe you're like this as well. You have these thoughts that run through your head, but they run through your head, not out your mouth, just in your head at the most inappropriate times. Just things that you think are either funny or odd or weird, but I don't know, they could be in church or at a business meeting or in front of somewhere. I've talked to a bunch of people and you have the same problem of that.
Let it be known, Steve has a filter.
Yeah, I do. I don't share everything that goes through my head, but I'm a little concerned about, all right, the end of life on this earth, and what the words that we all want to hear, that we all want to hear from Jesus when we get to heaven. Well done, thou good and faithful servant.
Well, yeah.
We want to hear those words.
Okay, so what are you worried about then?
I'm worried about when Jesus says, well done, thou good and faithful servant. I'm going to say, could you make it medium rare? Because, I'm not really a well done kind of guy. It's like...
We hope the rest of your day is just as much fun as this. You're listening to Rise Up on Family Life.
You know what it looks like, God's love. It looks like Jesus on the cross.
Right.
Or maybe to you personally, you could say God's love looks like a sunset. What does God's love smell like? This is a thought I had after I heard somebody say something the other day. It really caught my attention. The idea of God's love being like the feeling of, picture you walk in a home and you smell that warm smell of freshly baked bread.
Ooh.
You're going to sit down on the couch.
Nice.
Somebody's going to bring this loaf out to you. It's so hot from the oven that the butter is going to melt into the bread as you're spreading it. I just love that. Picturing for myself, God, your love is like something that makes me feel that cared for, that thought of. You're that hospitable to us. You think about what God's love sounds like. Think about what God's love feels like. What if part of what all of our senses are for are just to know how much God loves us? After all, he gave us all of himself.
It's Steve and Tim helping you to rise up on Family Life, a friend you can turn to.
Here's a food question, Nick, that I had never heard of this term.
Okay.
And I tested Tim, and he hadn't either, so we thought we'd come to someone who may have heard of it. Fond, F-O-N-D.
Oh,
Have you heard of a food-related fond?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Oh,
when you're braising meat and stuff, it's the little brown bits that stuck to the pan, and
exactly.
then you deglaze.
That's exactly
Mr.
what it is.
Wikipedia definition over here. You got it right.
Yeah, thank you.
We don't have a T-shirt for you or anything. Sorry, Nick.
No?
Yeah. No.
You work here.
Oh, well,
it's
hold on,
complicated.
well,
We can't
okay.
do
What
that.
was it again, Nick? Okay, that's it. You get it. You win. Yeah. That was interesting. Now, the next
Major
question
award.
is, do you like it? Do you like that stuff on the
Oh, yeah, it
bottom
gives
of
great flavor. I mean, you got that cooked-in flavor. Of,
Right.
you know.
Well, who wouldn't be fond of fond? You're fond because it can be used in different terms. You can be fond of.
There's another meaning for it?
May the blessings of the Lord be with you in all that you do today. This is Rise Up on Family Life.
There once was a man whose faith changed a nation, his memory alive over 20 generations. Though remembered in green with shamrocks and clover, no native to Ireland, St. Patrick came over. Christ's love, that it was that sent him afar, to witness to those who had given him scars, to pirates, to slavers, false gods' devotees. He heard the Lord's call to go love such as these. Patron saint of the isle, we call him as much, but the faith of Patrick belongs also to Dutch, to Welsh, to Kenyan, to Swede and Malaysian. The faith of the church is every nation's. If Christ is your Lord, his love is your song, wherever you're from, you surely belong. If Irish, Korean, Icelandic, whatever, to the family of God, together forever.